I don't expect for nobody to be like, okay, well here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody owes me nothing. Don't nobody owe you nothing.
Nobody owe you nothing.
Nothing. Because, you know, a lot of people walk around here like they, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody's supposed to give them something all the time.
Well, guess what?
I always say the saying that you eat what you kill. If you don't kill shit, you don't eat shit. What's up, y'all? We are back.
What's up, guys?
You already know it's your girl, Light Skin Keisha, aka Big Bang Bisha, and
Coco Vango, yiddy, let's go.
Period. And we are back with another episode of the Bold Face Truth with the banger.
Put your B's up.
Hey, put your V's up.
Hey.
Put your V's up. Hey, put your V's up.
Hey.
Put your V's up. Hey, put your V's up. Put your V's up. Hey, let's get to it. Yes, we are back, okay? We've been working nonstop.
Sir, let's get it.
How do you feel today?
I feel great today. I feel great, man. I was having a toothache a couple days ago, but taking my medicine is gone. So, you know.
Do you feel well rested?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, I was up super late. I ain't go to sleep till like 6, 5, 6.
Is that because I wasn't here?
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, my friend Pratt was talking crazy last night. He's so funny. He's silly.
He can never go to sleep when I'm not here like that.
Nah, not really. It's, you know, it's not. It's a sad sleep.
Oh, yeah. When I crawled back into bed this morning, he was like, "Oh, like lovey-dovey."
Oh, was I? Because I don't remember.
Oh, I remember. Anyways, y'all, today I want to talk about some different stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do something a little bit different this episode. We have some different topics. So I want to pop off with this episode talking about, you know, 9-to-5s versus entrepreneurship.
Well,
Stop all that.
That yarn to be like, I don't know where it be coming from. Like, where's it come?
Hold that shit in.
Because I be chilling. I'm not tired. I'm up.
Exactly. So I want to talk about 9-to-5s versus entrepreneurships. You want to start or should I start?
You can start.
Okay. I feel like in today's society, you know, 9-to-5s are very overlooked, and I feel like a lot of people don't want to work 9-to-5s these days because they're afraid of how people will judge them. I feel like, you know, you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Everybody else's lifestyle is not supposed to be your lifestyle. You know, you got to stay down to come up, you know? And I feel like sometimes people get things misconstrued and they get, you know, reality, you know what I'm saying, mixed up with, you know, the stuff that they see on maybe TV or social media.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they might look at, you know, other people's profiles and stuff and see this person, oh, they popping out with this jewelry and they popping out with these cars and they popping out with this or whatever. Like, I feel like I've always said, I feel that every successful person who has money, I feel like everybody has a personalized story about how they struggled maybe somewhere, somehow.
100%, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody can possibly say, okay, during this process of me trying to reach this certain level of success, I had to hit rock bottom, or, you know, like I came across a whole bunch of obstacles and, you know?
Yeah. But that make you who you are. Like, the obstacles make you who you are, you know what I'm saying? But the 9-to-5 thing compared to, you know, 9-to-5 is a part of your story. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I mean, if, you know, some people's story, some people gonna come, some kids, depending on how you grow up, you're gonna jump right out there as an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see the little kids who's making the millions of dollars off of YouTube and doing the stuff like that. But the only thing about the 9-to-5 thing to me is I feel like, you know, if you work for Chick-fil-A or you work for KFC or if you work for AT&T, right? You can't pass that down to your children. You can't pass them the percent of that to your children. You'll never own that. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at an interview with Dame Dash and Charlemagne, and he was saying that to Charlemagne, like he was saying, I did not want to eat that candy like that. I just couldn't. She's looking like a fool. But Charlemagne was, you know, Charlemagne and Dame was talking, and he kept on saying, but do you own this? Can you pass this down to your kids? You can't. You can't pass these 9-to-5 jobs down to your children. So, you know, like I tell my little sisters all the time, work your 9-to-5, But take you like 25% of that. You got to be disciplined. Really, in anything in life, you got to be disciplined. But take 25% or 30% of what you're making at that 9 to 5 and invest it in something that you're really passionate about. Because this is the thing. That's why I always talk about lazy and not lazy, right? Life is what you put into it. Us, we don't work 9 to 5s. We work 9 to 9. You get what I'm saying?
We work 24/7.
24/7. So it's like, you know, if you gonna give up that, if you want to live a regular life, pay your bills, don't travel as much, maybe travel once or twice a year, go find you a good job, you know what I'm saying, and live a smooth life. But if you want to live an extraordinary life, you will have to sacrifice. Like doing music, you in the studio for 10 hours. Then you going home thinking about the music video. Then you calling the camera crew. Then you can't get sleep at night because you're trying to come up with marketing plans and, so, it's just depending on what you want to do in life, you know what I'm saying? But if you really want to live that life, that really glamorous life, and drive what you want and eat what you want and travel what you want and have all these cribs and do all that fancy stuff, you're going to have your own business or whatnot, and it's not going to be the 8-hour-a-day thing.
I totally agree. And I just want to reiterate this. Our podcast is called Bold Face Truth because we just telling it like it is.
Yeah.
We very bold with it. And some of y'all out there watching, y'all might not agree. Some people might agree. But, I feel like, in order to really take into something and be able to apply something, you have to be able to listen. And with that being said, I feel like with 9 to 5s, I don't judge people who work 9 to 5s because I've been there, done that.
Yeah, me too.
But what I will say is that with the 9 to 5 or with the job, when you're working for somebody else, in this corporate America, there's a ceiling on it. Definitely. It's always a ceiling on it. You're only going to reach a certain level, I feel like.
And you don't have control.
You don't have any control.
Because they can fire you any day. They can fire you any day. They can let you go. I got fired from a job. I was working at Barbecue Works at Stonecrest Mall. I did nothing wrong. This man just said, we got to cut back time. I'm like, damn, I got Christmas coming up. I got all this stuff coming up. He's like, no, we got to cut back time. Gave me 2 days on the schedule. The next week, 1 day on the schedule. The next week, gone. I had no control. So you don't want to be in that position.
And don't get me wrong, like entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not easy by far. But think about all the people during the pandemic, right? So many people was getting laid off. So many people was getting laid off. So many people was getting let go. And they had no real answers. Nobody could really give them the answers that they actually wanted to be able to tell them, hey, why am I not going to be able to have a job tomorrow? Because they're not in control. You're not in control at all. And with that being said, again, you use that 9 to 5 as a stepping stone, to be able to get to where you really want to achieve. Now, some people are okay with working 9 to 5s, which is okay. If you want a certain type of, you already have your life mapped out and you want to do this and do that, okay, cool. I also feel like people with our skin tone necessarily, they're not getting promoted to these positions to where they can be, the head CEOs or the directors or, the executives or whatever in these positions. We have to really fight for those positions. And of course, they'll get the big salary pays and stuff like that. But we got to really fight for those type of positions. So it's just like, with the people who working at Starbucks, the people who working at McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, the grocery store, whatever the case may be, you got to take a piece of that check and try to invest into something that you love.
I tell my little sister that every day. I'm literally teaching her a lesson right now. She literally asked me for some money the other day. And of course I can give it to her. You know what I mean? And I've done it a million times. But I feel like now I'm starting to enable. Because every time she called me, like I literally might be getting my hair done and I ain't even near, because I keep my Cash App and stuff like that on my iPad and stuff. Or I keep it on one of my other phones. You know what I'm saying? I literally find myself feeling like I'm finna stop doing everything I'm doing just to go to the car and Cash App a person. Like, no, I can't do that. Now I got to teach her a lesson. Like, hey, you have to start saving your check, because if the least you can have is gas in your car, the least you can have is $25 to get some food, And I'm having to, teach. It's so crazy. One of my friends was talking about his, it's a big artist. It's a big artist or whatever. And he was like, yeah, everybody was talking about this person don't help this person. I ain't going to say no names. And I was like, what y'all got to understand is, if more people like she said, our skin tone, if more people our skin tone carried themselves in a better light, like I know a lot of people that work in corporate jobs, but they carry themselves like they want to work at the bottom of that corporate job forever. They don't carry themselves like they want to come in there and run it. Or people will be friends with a light skinned Keisha, be friends with a Coco Van Gogh, be friends with a big artist like a Young Thug, or all these big people, Future, all these people, right? You can't expect them to give you anything. Bring something to the table. Hey, Thug, I got you a feature for 100,000, or I got you a feature for 50,000. My boy ain't got it like that. Just break me off 5. Or I'm gonna start this clothing line. You can wear my clothing line. I know we'll sell out. Or bring something to the table. But black people, we always be like, I have one of my family members just asked me told me that the other day. They said, you in the position to change my life right now, but you want me to get it out the mud. I said, what the hell is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? If I give you everything that I got, then what? Then next thing you know, when I'm in the mud, who gonna pick me up out the mud?
Because it ain't gonna be you.
Definitely. So we gotta get that mindset. Black people, we gotta get that mindset out of somebody giving us something. That's not gonna happen. Because even if you give somebody, if I give a person, I told somebody close to me this, if I give you $15,000 right now, right? You already owe a car note. You already owe rent. You already got grocery that you need to get. You already got so many things that you have not done and taken care of. You're going to be done spent 8,000 of that just getting back on track. Then you're going to spend the rest of it on keeping yourself on track. So if I give you $15,000, guess what? That ain't going to do nothing. But if I take $15,000 and invest it in my music, I can make $80,000. If I take $15,000 and put it into my clothing line, I can make $60,000. So my $15,000 would be better off invested into Coca than invested into your bullshit.
They ain't gonna like that one right there.
I don't give a fuck.
And you know what, too? I had to learn to say no. I had to learn to say that because I had to learn to say that because people can try to guilt trip you when you don't give them something. And then I had to really look back and say, like, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not taking it out on anybody because, you know, I feel like I really went through the mud to get myself to where I was at.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking it out on nobody because they wasn't there. But all I'm saying is because I got it now, y'all ain't finna come up in here and be like, okay, well, gimme. No, I got to live for myself. People always be like, well, why you ain't buy so-and-so this and why you ain't buy so-and-so that? Because I ain't even bought myself that yet. So first of all, give me a sec. I'm finna enjoy my life. Yeah. Because if you continue to you know, fall into that trap of where people feeling, making you feel guilty or whatever, next thing you know, you ain't gonna have nothing.
You ain't gonna have nothing.
And you're not gonna be able to go to these same people who was gimme. They not gonna give you shit when you down on your ass. They not gonna give you nothing. They not gonna be able to give you nothing at all.
Jazzy Faye told me that. Jazzy Faye, I was talking to Jazzy Faye. He said the thing you need to do, he said you need to hold on to your money. He said because the time, thank God, you know, Jazzy Faye's back, you know, where he need to be in life. You know what I'm saying? He's back where he need to be, making his bread like he's supposed to. But he said when I was young and I was making a whole bunch of money and I lost a lot of that money, he said I ain't lose it because of me. I lost it because I was giving it to everybody. I was buying people houses. I was buying people cars. And most of the rich people that I know, right, they downfall never be them. Never. It's never I did this, I did that. It's always, well, I had to get my mom out this hole, or I had to get I was talking to one of my producer homies, platinum producer, told me I can't do this for my career right now because I just loaned somebody 70 grand. So you just loaned somebody 70 grand and put yourself to where you couldn't further your career. That's crazy to me, you know what I mean? So it's like, and I have a good memory too, like, even with some people that's in my family, like, the reason I say no so much now, I'd rather give my money to a homeless person on the street. Reason why is because lately I remember things, because it's times where I need something for free that I needed you to do, or it was sometimes that I was gonna pay you to do something for me, and you couldn't do it just because you didn't want to. So I'm not finna be breaking my neck to be doing stuff for people. You know what I mean? Mindset is everything. I know we gotta end up wrapping up this part of the segment in a second, but what I want to close out saying is, we got 5. Okay, cool. Well, we're not closing out then, guys. But I really just want to tell people, like, every episode I'm gonna keep talking about lazy, right? Lazy is a word that people don't want to stand on, and this is the bold-faced truth. We're gonna let you. Lazy controls everything. Relationship. If you don't get up some days, my guys, and go get you a haircut, go line your beard up, lotion your body up at night, make sure you bust that shower before. I know you tired. Make sure you bust that shower before you get into bed. Make sure you got you some clean drawers. Your girl ain't gonna want you the same. Lazy. If you go to work and your clothes is sloppy and you ain't coming looking groomed and you ain't coming like you trying to become the boss of the building, you're not going to get that raise. If you anything in life, lazy. If you don't want to get your car washed, you don't want to clean the inside of the car, you don't want to clean your house, anytime you don't do something in life, something bad gonna happen.
And stop looking for handouts. Don't nobody owe you anything. Mm-mm. You owe yourself everything. Mm-hmm. That's why I have this type of persona. Like, I try my hardest to not depend on nobody, but I also do, like, if I put in the work, I know what I'm gonna get out of it.
Yeah.
You know, if I pay for something, then that's what I'm going to expect for something. But I'm not expecting for anybody to give me anything. Mm-mm. I don't expect for nobody to be like, okay, well, here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody owes me nothing. Don't nobody owe you nothing.
Nobody owe you nothing.
Nothing. Because, you know, a lot of people walk around here like they, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody's supposed to give them something all the time.
Well, guess what?
I always say the saying that you eat what you kill. If you don't kill shit, you don't eat shit. Period. And that's just that on that.
And guess what? Don't come around me with that shit.
People at the table, but bring nothing to it.
Don't come around me with that shit, because I'm going to give you the real one. I'm going to be like, well, I don't owe you shit. I don't know what the hell you think this is. I don't owe you a damn thing.
And also, too, again, to touch back onto the 9 to 5 and, you know, all of that. Again, you have to work hard. Also, stay in your lane. You know,
you have
to stay in your lane. But if you have big dreams and goals, you got to start taking those risks. Mm-hmm. And again, I don't think there is a successful person today with money, whatever the case may be, stuff that people will only dream about. I don't think none of those people have never taken a risk. I know I done took hella risk, okay? I done took hella risk, but we going to continue that when we come back after this commercial break. Y'all make sure y'all are staying tuned and y'all subscribe to Bold-Faced Truth with the Bangos.
Yeah. You are now tuned to another episode of the Bold-Faced Truth with the Bangos. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got your V's up and make sure that you like, share, and subscribe this video. All our videos, and make sure you keep spreading the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to take clips from this video and put them on the internet, go ahead and let's start spreading this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Help us help you, and you can help us get bigger, and we love you guys. So make sure you hit that subscribe bell. I love you guys so much. You are now in tune to another episode of the Bold-Faced Truth. Go to the Instagram, the Bold-Faced Truth, as well. You did.
And we are back from commercial break. Welcome back to the Bold-Faced Truth with the Bangos. We were just touching on 9 to 5s versus entrepreneurship for this episode. And, you know, we were just talking about, you know, how people just need to basically work hard, but, you know, what our perspectives of are, you know what I'm saying, on people who have 9 to 5s. I also feel like this, because again, we come from where we had jobs. Like, I know my first job, I used to work at Metro PCS. I worked at Steak and Shake. Ooh, and I couldn't stand working there. I was in the drive-thru. I was working drive-thru too. Oh, man. And then I worked at Applebee's. Then I worked at Topgolf. I was just hustling, you know what I'm saying? But something came over me one day to where it was just like, one day what happened is that they called me to work. I had lived from a far distance. I had transferred over to the Topgolf that was in Atlanta Midtown. And I used to live probably like 45 minutes away from there. With traffic, it'll be like an hour. So one time they called me in. They was like, you know, your schedule, we want you here at 8:30 in the morning. Now, 8:30 in the morning, 45-minute drive already. That means that I really got to wake up at around like 6, okay? I got to be up at 6. I have to be out of the house probably by 6:30 in order to try to beat the traffic or, sit through the traffic to be able to make it there on time. I was having a problem with that. But that last time that I was there, I was, I was late or whatever, but I made it. Okay, boom. I'm working my shifts. And mind you, I didn't get off until probably like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Realistically, I wouldn't leave until like about 6:30 once I'm done with all of my side work and, rolling silverware and all that stuff like that. So, I'm there from 8:30 to about 6:30. That day I had only made $35 in tips. So this is the thing, in Georgia, it's like, we at the time we didn't get an hourly rate. If you're a waitress or you're a server, you get probably what at the time we were getting like $2.10 an hour plus tips. Mind you, at the time, gratuity was not included. So basically, we living our lives off of people who just, if they want to tip us, they do. But if they don't, then it just is what it is. And it's nothing that they're going to be able to, it's nothing that they're going to be able to do about it. Nothing that you can do about it necessarily. So imagine trying to live off of that. And my checks will barely be even $700. Mind you, I'm struggling at the time because I had a car note. My car note was about $300 to $350. So $350. So I'm getting my checks that's around $700. $350 already gone out of the check, And then I have car insurance. Then at the time I was renting a room for my friend. I was paying $300 a month or whatever to rent the room out. Then a car insurance on top of that, and then I got to live off of probably about $50 to $100 for a whole 2 weeks because that's when we got our checks. We got our checks every 2 weeks. I got to make $50 to $100 stretch for 2 weeks to try to give myself some food. It was crazy. So I made only $35 that day, and I just kept on pacing back and forth, and I was just like, something's not right. I was just like, I felt it in my soul. But mind you, it was this guy, my manager at the time, it was this guy, he had reached out to pay me $350 to model his clothes. Mind you, the shoot was only an hour. So that's when I did the comparison. I said, well, if somebody's willing to pay me $350 to go out here and just take some pictures in their clothes and stuff, and that shoot was only 30 minutes to an hour, it wasn't even that long. But then I come over here and I'm doing a whole shift and I only make $35, something not right. So I'm like, I can't do this no more. So I go downstairs and I'm talking to my managers and I'm just like, I didn't quit necessarily. I just said, take me off the schedule and I'll just pick up shifts. I said, because I just was honest. I said, I'm not happy here anymore. I feel like I'm overworking myself, And they was just like, oh, you're one of our best, best associates here. We really, really love you, but we understand. So, okay, cool. I never had walked back in there again to try to get my job back or anything. And the reason being is because I just couldn't see myself working for nobody no more. I couldn't. Them people, you work alongside people and they start taking their job a little bit too serious. Like, first of all, we in the same position. Why are you trying to boss me around? Don't try to boss me around. You're not my manager. And even if you was my manager, I feel like it's a way to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? I would have those managers that be like, oh, can you pick up this trash right here? Why you don't pick it up? You the one who's seeing it first. You standing right next to it, but you waiting for me to walk all the way down to you to tell me to pick up something. And that's not to even say, again, I've said this in plenty of interviews and stuff that I've been in. I've said that it's not to say that when I quit that job that everything just like blew up for me. No, again, I was going viral at the time too. I had been viral like hell of a lot of times. And that was also another part that played into, me quitting too, because I would be at work and people would notice me. They'll be like, oh my God, can we take pictures with you? And I'm like, it's going to get to a point to where literally I'm not going to be able to work here anymore. Because, and it got to that point too. But it was just more so that I just was not happy and I could not see myself working for anybody anymore. But I hit rock bottom though too. But I started building myself up and building like my work ethic up and still trying to just like figure things out and figure out what lane I wanted to go into. I remember I stayed in the studio. Like I stayed in the studio. I treated the studio like it was my job, truly. Like I stayed in the studio. I was recording nonstop, like shooting videos, like all of that. And, luckily by, Allah he just had his hand on me. So, everything just worked out. But it's also to say entrepreneurship is not easy either. I feel like entrepreneurship is harder than having a 9-to-5.
Correct.
It's all about consistency for me. It's all about consistency. You have to be consistent with anything that you do. Whether you are working a 9 to 5 or whether you are being an entrepreneur and you have your own business, you have to be consistent in anything that you do because you got to continue to put it in your face. A lot of people try to be like a mystery these days, and oh, well, this I don't want everybody to know this, and I don't want everybody to know that. Man, just release that shit. If you're looking at this right now and you contemplating on dropping something, you contemplating on coming out with something, you got a whole bunch of ideas that you ain't started, or you scared, this is your sign to go ahead and just do it. Do it, drop it, release it, whatever it is. Don't dwell on it. Do it, because you never know what's on the other end of that. You never know. You might be right here. This might be the door, and you might be right here to where you opening up the door to just a whole nother level of success. It's scary. Me quitting my job, and mind you, I didn't have no other job lined up. I ain't have nothing lined up. But all I knew is that I got paid $350 to go promote somebody, to go take some pictures in somebody's t-shirt line. And that was the most money I had ever made. That was the fastest money I had ever made at that time. And I was just like, I couldn't even believe it. That's a risk. I took big, big risks for my career. But you got to take those risks. You got to jump out there on a leap of faith,
100%. 100%. You do got to. Like, I mean, what else you going to do? You know what I mean?
People be scared to take risks, though, these days. And I feel like people are scared of failure. At the end of the day, if you fail, you can just say, you can be able to get back up and say that you tried at least.
I mean, I'd rather go broke. If I go broke, I want to go broke because of something I tried to do. If something bad happened to me, I'd rather it be because something I tried to do. I don't want it to be like it's like when I first started rapping, I used to be with these guys, man. And anybody who see the podcast, just know that Coke is gonna be blunt. And if you my old friend, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what I feel about how I feel about you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I had friends, and y'all know who y'all was. I used to be looking at Wiz Khalifa day-to-days on YouTube in the garage with all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember I used to look at that shit with y'all. And I told y'all I wanted to do that shit, and y'all thought I was fucking playing. You know what I'm saying? And y'all fucking playing. I go back and look at some of my old friends' page. Y'all still ain't doing the shit the same way we supposed to do it. We looked at Wiz Khalifa's day-to-days. We looked at Future's music videos. We looked at Rich Homie Quan's music videos. And none of y'all in that garage that was with me did the shit that we was looking at in the fucking garage. And that's why I'm where I'm at. New Year's Day came. I was on FaceTime with Rich Homie Quan, and he told me he want to get in the studio with me. So the energy will come. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Rich Homie Quan.
Yeah, they had a show together last night.
Yeah, last night.
You know what I mean? So, and I also just helped design the clothing line that Rich Homie Quan is pushing right now. So it's like all these things happen from in the garage when I was with all my friends. And if y'all watching, it's cool. I don't give a fuck. Y'all saw me say this was how we need to do it. And y'all are still doing it wrong. I still go and look at y'all shit, and y'all still doing it wrong. And I don't want to hear Coca didn't put me on. Coca didn't help. Coca was in the garage with you, and because I couldn't be in y'all garage, because y'all had to come to my mama's garage. Y'all parents didn't even let y'all have company. So y'all was in my garage. I had the studio in my garage. I recorded the songs, and all those songs I recorded are on Apple Music right now streaming to this day. Y'all didn't do the shit. So it's like a lot of people want to act like they don't have a chance. No. People don't have the initiative, and people don't do shit the right way, and it goes right back to this. People are fucking lazy. People will always shortcut shit. They will shortcut that shit and then blame somebody because it's easier to do that. I didn't blame anybody for anything that goes wrong. Anything that goes wrong in my life is my fault. You know what I'm saying? Anything. You know what I'm saying? Relationship-wise, too. All my ex-girlfriends, anybody who's seen this, y'all know what y'all did. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't hold on to a nigga. Y'all bothered the hell out of a nigga. And now your life is the way it is. I don't have an ex who's doing better than me. Not one. Not one. I don't have not one ex who's doing better than me. And the reason why is because y'all fucking lazy. I got rid of y'all. I moved on. And y'all gotta watch my fiance on TV every week because you know what you did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's because of what you put in. I want the best for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I want the best for everyone that I've been around, but y'all gotta want to do something. You know what I mean? And I think y'all need more friends. Like I think I'm a great friend. I think I'm a great friend because I'm that friend that when everybody's telling you, oh, everything gonna be all right, I'm gonna be like, nah, bro, it ain't gonna be all right if you don't fix that shit. I'm that type of friend. And I feel like we need more blunt friends. We need more real people. That's why the Boldface Truth, I feel like this is going to be a really big podcast because, we're going to give people the harsh realities of life. What you put in life is what you get back. Ladies, if you having sex every day with different guys, a baby's on the way, baby. A baby's on the way with probably a father that's not going to be there. That's just what it's going to be. You know what I mean? And if that happens, that's the energy you put out. Your energy was, with your 24 hours, you chose to use some of those hours to lay up in the bed and have sex with a guy that you don't know who love you or not. And that's what you will receive. You know what I mean? If you get up every day and you smoke a blunt, get back in the bed, you play video games, you doing Call of Duty, you trapping, small time trapping, guess what you're going to have? Small time trapping, big time bills, eviction notice on the door. That's just what fucking happens because I was in that position. I was that guy at the crib trying to be the at-home dad, and I was just like, oh, well, I'm going to put my career on the back burner. Yeah, that eviction notice was on my door. A couple times. I had a eviction notice on my door a couple times. I used to work a job where I used to get half off rent because I was the maintenance man at the property. But I showed up late to work. They fired my ass. They didn't think about if they were going to fire me or not.
That'd be the thing with them. You just dead ass don't have no control. So it's like you got to walk on eggshells. Man, I'd rather be on my own schedule, on my own time, and if something don't work out, I'd rather it be my fault than, you know what I'm saying? And I can hold myself accountable because something didn't work out. But I don't want nobody to have no type of control or whatever the case may be. You got to work hard at whatever you do. Again, yesterday I was just on the road for 7 to 8 hours to go do a show. I did a show set for 30 minutes, literally, just to hop back on the road for another 7 hours to go head home. I got a few hours of sleep, and now I'm right back up doing this podcast because we got the work got to be done. Bills is gonna be paid.
Yeah, the bills, and
that's another thing about people who ask you for stuff too. I done had people ask me for stuff on the 1st of every month, like I ain't got my own damn bills. Stop asking me for shit because don't do that because I got my own problems to worry about.
Yeah,
my bills are expensive.
That's high,
and I love to I like to live the life that I'm living, and I'm always striving for more too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even where I really want to be. I'm at a great stage in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm so thankful, but I'm always wanting more. So at the end of the day, no, I can't give you shit right now because I'm on the come up. I'm still on the come up. Regardless of how many people out there think that I'm successful or think that we're successful and, they got money, they doing this, they doing that. We still grinding, we still trying to keep the lights on. The lights on.
I'm broke. I don't have shit.
I ain't saying that because I ain't manifesting.
I'm broke. I ain't got shit for you. I'm manifesting. I'm manifesting not giving you shit. That's what I'm
just say no. No is the answer. No, you gotta find because I done give out. You can give out a lot of help, but you know what I'm saying. Also, too, people just want the money or they want the material things. They don't even be listening to the advice that you try to give them. They get offended.
And that's the most priceless pieces of everything.
It's priceless when somebody is telling you something that they don't have to be telling you. You gotta sit back and you gotta just listen, because it might be able to help you.
And signs of life. Signs of life is the biggest thing. Signs of life. Everybody ignores the signs of life. You know what I'm saying? Signs of life. If you're a man and you like a woman, and that you're attracted to a woman, right? God put the woman down here so you and her could team up. You see what I'm saying? Same vice versa. So at the end of the day, one person with a lot of money cannot compete with two people with a lot of money. Make your life easier. Everybody want to say, oh, yeah, I seen people in the comments. Y'all be in the comments on everything. Y'all piss me off. Y'all be in the comments on the motivational videos. Y'all always got some bad shit to say. This motivational culture hustler posted me. Y'all in it. I'm not listening to him because he a rapper. I'm not listening. Listen, you can listen to me because I was broke as hell. Shut the hell up. I was broke as fuck, okay? And I probably really was in the streets way more than you. Look me up.
You know what that is, though? I feel like a lot of
insecurities.
Exactly. I was just about to
say
that. But
insecurities nuts because I done did a lot of shit that y'all niggas would never have the idea to do. All that shit that niggas be rapping about, the risk and shit, I really did that shit. Look that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't never did nothing to nobody, took nothing from nobody, and been down bad and did nothing to nobody. I done did that shit, and I'm not proud of it. Mm-hmm. But I've actually done that shit and been punished for it and been in jail for it and done that shit. So y'all get that shrimp shit on. And a lot of people want to say something about the two people thing. Oh, my girl ain't gonna do this. Let me tell you something, okay? I went on the person's page. You bragging about the home that he was bragging about, which I'm gonna have you got that home. The person was bragging about a very minuscule looking crib. The crib was not great. And he was like, well, I pay all the bills at this crib, but she ain't gotta do nothing. I bet you that girl is looking on Instagram knowing that it's something better that she could have if y'all was to do it together. Stop leaving the woman out because they strong as hell.
Strong.
Stop leaving the woman out. You know what I'm saying? So on this note, man, we were gonna wrap up, but
should we do a part 2 to this? Because this was really good.
No. They need to just take this, and if they take it and they do good with it,
I think we should do a part 2.
But I do love you guys, and I just pray for the best for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, all the time, I've been doing this school tour, and I've been giving back and all this stuff like that. I'm down to invest in some people's businesses and shit like that. And y'all can DM me and let's talk about it. But please just show me a business plan of things that y'all have done that makes sense, because I want to make some money with y'all too. I'll invest, but we gotta make a return on income, a return on investment. So y'all hit me up in the DM. Y'all hit Light Skin Keisha up as well. And baby, what you want to do? Say to close out, baby.
See y'all later.
All right, cool. I love you guys, man. Like, share, and subscribe. This is the Boldface Truth. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go to the Instagram, the Boldface Truth. Make sure y'all motherfucking hit that notification bell and spam our comments, man. Comment. We read through every comment. You know what I mean?
And make sure y'all are following us on Instagram at Light Skin Keisha, at Cocabango, at the Boldface Truth. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Go shop Merlin's Father. Go shop Original Baddie Club. And that's just that on that. We'll see y'all on the next episode.